remember going airsofting for the first time. I went by myself. I felt like it was something I needed to move into. And I remember we'd all done the sign-in thing, and then you go and stand in the field and wait for the ref to come out and split you into teams and send you off. And I'm standing out there, and everybody's just got this huge F off kind of look on their faces, you know. Like,
look how big my gun is.
I am now 10 feet taller with this gun. And they're wearing, you know, face protection. So some will have like just goggles on, grills, but one guy had this big scary mask on, like a Halloween kind of mask. And I remember walking out there and kind of going, ugh, this tension. I can't stand this tension. I hate this tension. Everyone's got F off written on their foreheads because everybody's actually scared.
Yeah.
And that's Northern Irish as well. I'm not that kind of guy because I wasn't born here and raised
in the world, but not of it.
In the world, not of it. Sure, we'll take that. And I just felt, right, I could just join in with this, and we could all stand here in silence, all 50 of us, and until the whistle goes. And actually, I wonder how the game's going to go after that. Is there going to be tension and fighting and kind of grumpiness, or I could try and talk to somebody. So I thought, and I hate this. I think I'm introverted. I think I'm introverted. I love people, but I'd rather be invisible and just kind of people watch and listen to conversation. So yeah, I walked up to this guy who he just stuck out because he was really tall and he had a really cool gun and a face mask. I'm new to all this. So I walk up to him and go, dude, that mask is terrifying. And he looked at me like, what?
No, you're terrifying. No, talk to me.
Talk to me. Because I'm thinking you probably want it to be terrifying to keep people away from you possibly as well. But and to make you feel like, you know, I'm a big man too. So I walked up and just said, that mask is terrifying, dude. Where'd you get it? And he said, well, I made it myself. So you made that yourself? So I just opened into this huge, like, dude, how? What inspired you? Where'd you get the idea? How did you, like, what materials, all that kind of stuff. And within about a minute, he pulled it off his face to talk properly to me. And I just went, whoa, there's a human. Less scary and interesting. And he was just like really happy to talk about it. I said, so what's this gun you've got? I've never seen this one before. I didn't know what the gun was, and how do I get one of those? And he goes, oh, this is here. I've modded it with this. I've put these internals in, and I've done this silencer on the end and all that kind of stuff. And I just started to notice, because we were in a loose gathering, I just started to notice people starting to drift a little bit closer and closer and closer and closer. And I'm like, oh, something's happening here. And then when he finished talking, this other kid chimed in, oh, I've got this gun, and I like this, and I did this too. And then they're getting closer, and everyone's gathering around, and I'm like, it popped straight in my head right afterwards, atmosphere changer. And I'm like, oh, that's the thing with it. Okay, so that costs me a lot, but I can do that. That costs me, because I know I've been airsofting times and gone, I'm not doing it today. I'm going to join the tension. Sure. I'd be part of the problem. Yep. But the game, I think, afterwards was a lot more, from other games I've played since, it was very respectful. Like when you hit somebody and you hit them hard in the face, there's oh, nice shot, buddy. Instead of like, that guy in that hat,
I'm going to kill you.
I'm going to respawn and get you later, you know? So I definitely feel that's something that people like who have that gift are called to do that. And I know that I can talk to strangers. I love talking to strangers. Yeah. I was in a masterclass recently with Declan Lawn and Adam Patterson for directing and screenwriting. The same thing happened. You're in the Strand Cinema and no one's talking. Everyone's sitting there, and there's maybe 100 of us. I went, ugh, and I just turned around. Hey, what's your name? And the guy was like, what? You know, and we got talking about his career and wants to be a writer and all this stuff. And it was great. I'm thinking, wow, that could have been a missed opportunity to get to know somebody and for him to be known. And this is the thing. This is the key. I think people want to be known. They may not want to talk. They may not want to introduce themselves, but I think they want to be known and celebrated. I think they want people to look at them and go, I like what you've done there. I like this. They want this relationship to be drawn into. Not like, you know, everyone wants to be friends. Everybody wants to be known. And I think, therefore, that's the gift I have, is that I want to know them and I want them to feel known. I want them to be celebrated. I want them to, my name is Timmy and I love this. Yeah. And I'm good at this. And someone tell me I'm good at this, please. And at the same time, someone tell me where I need to improve. And that's the accountability structure of the friendship groups, you know, the communities where we, like men's groups, where we do get in to talk to get close to each other and actually say, you know what, buddy, you're becoming a dad next year, right? Can we talk about some of these things in your life? Because you've asked me before if if to point out things to you. And so I want to point this out to you. I think you might struggle to continue this kind of behavior when you're a dad, or anything like that.
Yeah.
I think that's why they're so important, and men need to have these tribes. We need to be in packs. It's like that stupid phrase, the lone wolf makes no sense to me, because a wolf is a pack animal. It's built to be in a pack, right? Yeah. And I know sometimes a wolf gets kicked out and has to find, but I think it finds another pack. It makes another pack. We are pack animals. We're designed to be together. Did I ramble for long enough there? I'm trying to think.
It was perfect.
Clip
that. That's good. Good.
Cut all that.
But I love the story about the paintball, because it shows me
airsoft. Excuse me.
I beg your pardon.
I'm just hearing all my airsoft.
Oh no!
Paintball. Get that guy. You didn't correct him.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
I love the airsoft story.
Yeah.
Because it shows me that, behind the kind of the bravado and the macho is like, it's just boyish hearts who want to show you how cool their gun is.
Absolutely.
And I love that big scary guy, because that guy made his own mask.
Yeah.
Stereotypically in the culture, taking a wide view, that's not a very hyper masculine thing to do today.
Right.
Now, back in the day, if you were like in the tribe and you were making war masks,
it's survival.
Yeah. Extremely macho.
Yeah.
But now,
this is cosplay kind of.
You could turn around and you could be like, oh, look at you and your wee paint set, like that. You know what I mean? But it shows me how there is that other side of masculinity as well. There is a softness, there is a vulnerability, and I love that phrase you used. There is a desire to be known. Yeah. And I love how all the boys start coming together where it's like, look at me.
That's it.
Look at me.
It's
next,
like me next.
It's like that desire for a father to look at you as well. Do you know what I mean? It's like, tell me how cool I am. Like, I want to show you my thing. And you see this in little boys, but I think there's a part of it. I also think that's why men gravitate towards things like airsoft and things like sport, because it gives them an arena to show off how big and strong they are and their dominance, and for other men to be impressed by that,
Absolutely.
without sharing your feelings and
what's that
and all that sort of stuff.
Edification, peer edification. I don't think of a phrase there, but when we validate peer validation, where we look at each other and say, "Yeah, you're worthy."
Yeah,
because maybe our dads didn't say enough.
Yeah,
and we're finding it wherever we can.
Yeah. The paintball story, I used it this morning. So on the bus.
Right.
So I too, I'm an introvert. I too like talking to people.
Right.
Where's the camera so I can spike it? Surprise, surprise. Because I make a podcast.
Yeah.
I love talking to strangers.
Right.
And different points in my career, I would spend a lot of time talking to strangers, whether it was drug addicts or homeless or whatever.
Yeah.
And I've kind of got a bit lazy recently.
Right.
Where I just, I finish work or I'm with my family and I'm just kind of like, I'll just take it easy.
Mm-hmm.
And the bus was very full this morning, and I sat beside a guy, and he was a scary guy.
Right.
He looked really scary. And as soon as I saw him, I remembered the paintball story.
Yeah.
And so I intentionally sat beside him. Someone was going to have to eventually. And I just said something like, I took my coat off and I was like, how's it going, mate? Like, how's your morning going? I can't even remember what it was. And we talked for about 40 minutes.
Awesome.
And
love it.
I didn't want to share too much, but I feel emotional now.
Ooh.
At various points in the conversation, rolled up his sleeve, showed me all the scars.
Wow.
Told me about his suicide attempts.
Wow.
Told me about being an alcoholic.
Come on, man. That's awesome.
I'm a suicide survivor as well. So, we talked a lot about that. And, he had a really rough 9 years. I think he tried to kill himself 10 times.
Jeepers.
And he's come out of that now, and he's got a job, and he's got a family, and he's working through it, and he's doing his thing. And I asked him what changed.
Yeah.
And he told me one of his friends killed himself. And that's what did it for him. Was for him to see the impact and the result of the thing that he so desperately longed for showed him that he didn't want it.
Wow.
And that conversation will stay with me. And I think it'll stay with him too. And I was like, this is what you and I are looking to do with this series.
Yeah.
Like, you have some very scary men lined up for us to speak with. You have men who, on paper, are tough guys. And maybe not everyone would want to approach them.